It's getting crazy out here, people. Colorado could soon have the lowest penalty in the country for driving an 18-wheeler without a commercial driver's license. Looks like if this passes, and they're looking at passes this week, somebody driving without a CDL will get a fine for $115. Let's get into this.
Less than a year later, Colorado lawmakers are set to pass a bill that would lower the penalties for people caught driving without a commercial driver's license.
Lawmakers' response, she says, sickening too. They're poised to pass a bill making driving without a CDL a traffic infraction with a $100 fine.
We've equivocated driving a 80,000-pound vehicle with the penalty of actually driving a Prius.
Representative Matt Soper, co-sponsor of the bill, agrees and says his intent was simply to fix an oversight in current law where the charge didn't align with the penalty. But instead of raising the charge and penalty, lawmakers lowered them.
I'm going to wait till next session to be able to put everything back together, to have comprehensive stakeholding, and to really try to get it across the finish line.
Fulton says the stakes are too high to wait.
I mean, for God's sakes, public safety should be at the top of our, agenda down here.
How would they feel if it was their kids or their grandkids or family members? How many more lives have to be lost for them to see that it should be something bigger?
Mother Truckers, welcome to Mother Trucker News. This is a big situation right here, and we definitely need to talk about it. Anyone that wants to email me at muthatruckernews@gmail.com. Appreciate all the hundreds of truck drivers that made this basically known to us. I want to read what's going on here, and when you hear it, you're thinking to yourself, this is the dumbest thing that you've ever heard ever for the trucking industry, especially in Colorado, right? So everybody knows that Colorado has crazy mountains and the grades are crazy, and there's a lot of inexperienced drivers. And throughout the years, there has been news on just drivers not using runaway ramps and just crashing and devastation. Well, here's one for you. Colorado law has no way to enforce penalties for drivers without valid commercial driver license. All right. Law enforcement must rely on federal laws, inspections, and compliance reviews to keep bad truckers off the road. Denver, when the crime doesn't match the punishment, it turns out you can't enforce the penalty for doing something wrong. For 2 years now, truck drivers have been behind the wheel 80,000-pound semis without the proper license, couldn't be punished under state law. That's about to change because Colorado's new law, one of the most lenient in the nation. Back in 2021, the legislature made changes to the penalties for certain laws under a push for misdemeanor reform. The penalty for driving without a commercial driver's license was decreased from a misdemeanor to a traffic infraction. That's where the problem begins. Previously, driving without a CDL was a misdemeanor. If you got pulled over in a truck without a CDL, it's summons into court. You had to go in front of a judge, and then they would determine the penalty, said Ma J.B. Burt with Colorado State Patrol. When that changed to be a traffic infraction 2 years ago, what they didn't do is reset the fine schedule. So judges are put in precarious positions under the criminal justice system to apply misdemeanor level penalties to a traffic infraction level violation. Burt knows his troopers haven't been writing tickets to drivers without a valid CDL for the past 2 years. Instead, they rely on inspection and compliance reviews to keep bad truckers off the road. So lawmakers are now debating a bill that would allow agencies to enforce the penalties under the rules. There are currently two versions of the bill. A Senate version increased to a misdemeanor. The House version keeps it as a traffic violation. Right? If lawmakers passed a version of the bill leaving the punishment of traffic infraction, it would make it one of the most lenient in the nation. There's serious concerns that paying a $115 fine won't deter bad companies from putting bad drivers on the road without a valid license. So, Mother Truckers, I'm reading this to you today to pretty much let you know that, Colorado already passed this bill through the Senate, and now it just has to go through the House. And so, what are your thoughts about this? To me, this is craziness. Definitely $115 fine for driving without a CDL. These laws and regulations and what they do to enforce things, sometimes just don't make sense. So I just want to bring this to you guys. But yeah, this is something that's going on right now. And, it's crazy. It is crazy that, I don't even know what to say about this. It almost sounds like it's not real, but, for Colorado law to do this, it's definitely something wrong with the systems that we have in place. Mother Truckers, comment down below.